And so then I told her, oh, hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. It's whiskey review time today. We're doing a competition between, well, not so much competition. We're just comparing the two differences between a Scotch and an American bourbon. So they're both aged 10 years. They're both just about the exact same alcohol percentage. This is the Ardbeg. You are the expert on Scotch, so I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, so this is Ardbeg 10. It's an Islay, which means it comes from the island of Islay. Islay is known for its very, very salty peatiness in its malt.
So it's going to be smoky.
Yeah, so this one is going to be, it should be heavy on the smoke. You should get a little bit of seaweed and salt, a little bit of the ocean flavor, because the Isle of Islay gets pounded by the Atlantic Ocean the whole time, so a lot of those minerals and the iodine soaks into the ground, which is the peat that they use to burn and dry and smoke their malt.
It's hot.
So
sounds like it's going to be pretty complex.
This one should be very complex. Heavy on the caramel, vanilla, the peat, and you should get a little bit of iodine and maybe like almost a seaweed or a sushi flavor almost.
Okay.
I do love the sea. I'm excited for that.
And then this one is a bourbon, Widow Jane, aged 10 years. This is from a New York City distillery, interestingly enough, in Brooklyn, which is not where you'd typically think you'd find a bourbon distillery. I incorrectly said that bourbon had to be from Kentucky in the last whiskey review, and I apologize. Bourbon can be from anywhere in America. However, it has to be aged at least 2 years, and the majority of it are from Kentucky. Well, if it's a straight bourbon, it has to be 2 years. This one is 10 years, so expecting a little higher quality.
So what classifies it as a bourbon?
So it has to be at least 51% corn.
Okay.
That is one of them, and then it has to be at least 40% alcohol, but no higher than 80% alcohol.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I honestly had never heard of this before, but it got fairly decent reviews online. And cool thing about this one is they only produce it 5 barrels at a time. So it's pretty, I guess, kind of not necessarily a one-off, but they don't make it mass-produced.
You go one ice cube? Is one ice cube the move?
Yeah, one is typically the move.
Nice. Do you like the tongs?
Oh, thank you.
I don't drink a lot of American whiskey or bourbon, so I'm excited for this. And I've never had an American whiskey or bourbon that's been aged for 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years seems a lot higher than most whiskeys you see on like the supermarket shelves.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the liquor store. So which one, I guess, should we do them at the same time?
Yeah, I said we pour them both and taste them both.
How much do you pour?
One finger, typically. So if you put your finger at the bottom of the glass where the liquid starts.
Oh, nice. That's pretty... Look at that. Learning new things.
It's also called a dram. A dram is actually one shot, so it's a 1/16 of a cup, I believe.
Not to be confused with Dramamine.
Ooh, that's a lot lighter than I expected.
Ooh, whoops.
it to be.
I accidentally put the same... You want to switch glass?
Yeah, here.
There you go.
You silly goose, Kevin.
I meant to do that.
Oh,
I want this glass.
man, that smells good.
Yeah.
Here you go, sir.
Pass that around. Okay. It was like really taking this
There is a
seriously.
stark difference in color.
Yes. A lot more wood came through in the bourbon than it did on the Scotch. Man, the smells are completely different. This bourbon smells almost like chocolate chip cookies.
Wow, I love this smoke.
This is so smoky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised.
Man, these are
Yeah, the bourbon is sweet.
these are both gonna be very good, I feel like.
Wow, this smells pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But not like artificially sweet.
I get a lot of vanilla. Almost, yeah, like you ever make homemade chocolate chip cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
creamy
like,
too.
That dough, that's what it smells like. Ooh, some of this in some chocolate chip cookies would probably be amazing.
This in anything, I think would be good.
Oh man.
Which one are we going first?
What would be?
Let's start with the American, and then we'll go on to the
I feel like
Scotch.
this
America
is
always in first.
lot
So
stronger like flavor due to the smoke. So maybe it'd be better to.
I don't know if this is a correct term, but I feel like sometimes will the smoke almost mask the alcohol, so it goes down smoother almost. Like if you get so much smoke flavor, is that a thing?
I think it depends a lot more on how it was aged and the barrels it was aged in and the care they took of the malt when they smoked it and stuff like that. That's what's going to mask the alcohol more than just the smoky flavor being there. Because if it was done poorly, it would just taste like smoke and alcohol instead of it being a nice combination of the
Get a
two.
lot of caramel.
A lot of caramel.
There's a lot of sweet scents.
Cheers, boys.
Vanilla?
Wow.
I think I got vanilla.
A lot of vanilla.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's like that one thing that jumps out.
Do get a decent amount of alcohol burn.
Yeah.
Even considering it's only 46%.
But I appreciate the alcohol burn on this one, I think, because that first flavor is just, it's not overwhelming, but it's just so much vanilla and
sweet.
caramel. And then the alcohol burn comes in and kind of reminds
It's like a
you
dessert
that you are
almost,
drinking
yeah.
alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I could easily sit down with a glass of this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is so sweet.
It is.
Oh, and price
I'm
points
gonna
for
get a
this
bigger
too.
gulp.
This one, the Widow Jane, goes for about $75 a bottle, and the Ardbeg 10 goes for about $50 a bottle. We were going to try and get two that were very close together in price, but we really wanted to try this Ardbeg 10, so we decided to get it anyway.
Yes. And it's about as much as I'm willing to spend on a typical bottle of whiskey myself.
Yeah. $50 is like that sweet spot, I think.
We don't make a lot of money. Usually we have to decide between rent or alcohol.
Not yet, so like,
Help
comment,
us, we're
subscribe.
poor.
That's why we're being evicted.
We'll have a GoFundMe down in the links if you guys like the page so much.
Man.
Dude, the bigger gulp you get, the more sweet it is. It's just like killer sweet.
I'm pretty
man.
impressed with that.
Do we want to score this one now, or do we want to drink this one first?
Yeah, because I don't want to forget the flavor.
Maybe we should
Fresh in my
score
mouth.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I haven't had a lot of American whiskeys. I've never had many bourbons that I actually enjoy. There's only one you can get in stores typically that I've liked, and that's Woodford Reserve. And this is far better than that.
Really?
Yeah. In my opinion, this is far better. This is going to be really high scoring for me. I really like it.
I'm glad.
I'm thinking this is like
It's so sweet, man.
9.5.
Wow.
I really like this.
Well, you're pretty close to the expert scores that I saw, actually.
Nice.
I'd give this a 9.2. I like a 9.2.
Yeah.
9 as well.
92 out of 100 also
Yes.
works.
I really like this. I don't have a ton to compare it to because I don't typically drink bourbons, but I'm really enjoying this, and I'm glad we bought it.
It's so hard for me because I like literally have only had like a handful of whiskeys, so I want to leave the 9s open for like all these whiskey possibilities. But I'm gonna give it a 9. That'll be the first 9 whiskey I ever gave. But
I think that's safe because like I don't know if we're going to buy many American whiskeys that are going to be better than this.
unless we become rich, unless this channel takes off.
If the channel takes off,
If you
we
help
So it's all
us.
up to you guys. Yeah.
can get some great stuff. All right, let's try this Ardbeg 10.
All right.
I'm really excited for this. I love Scotch. Scotchy Scotch.
So incredibly smoky.
This way, it just smells more complex to me too.
It smells like everything around us is burning.
Here, I was excited for the smoke, but like because I always want the smoke. But the last smoky whiskey I had
Ooh, buddy!
was just so strong.
Wow,
Already
that's
tasted it?
different. That is Oh,
Well,
sorry.
we'll just choose ourselves.
No,
My
I
apologies.
guess
I was excited. That is going to.
you popped your
That's
lung
going to
too early.
surprise you.
Well, I thought you smoked. Well, yeah, it is. And at first
I
you don't
do
get
get the seaweed.
It lingers. That aftertaste
You
is
get like a
very
nice kind
ocean.
of like ocean smell and
that
flavor.
like when I tasted, I was like, wait, because it's like different flavors coming through.
I'm on this one. I'm not nearly as big of a fan on the initial taste as I am the aftertaste, but that makes me want to drink it again because I want to keep that aftertaste.
the alcohol
going.
burn
It's
is
really
not
nice.
as present in this one.
That's
as
true.
that one.
Yeah,
It goes down
definitely
smoother.
I think me, just a few years ago, would not have appreciated this, but the more IPAs I drink, and like I guess the more robust flavors where it's really bitter and not as sweet, has really like kind of opened my mind for these kind of flavors because it is smoky. There's nothing really sweet about this.
Yeah.
It's kind of a salty, smoky. I don't even know how else to describe
That
it.
taste of the ocean, I think, is faint. I don't get it as much, but don't know. I get it more faintly in the background.
Right when I swallow it is when I get it. It's just
you always get saltiness when you
punches me.
No, I can really appreciate the two differences between these two. Yeah. They're very different, but they're both good.
And they're both whiskeys. Like, at the end of the day, these are still two whiskeys.
It's bizarre how they can be so different, but in the same category.
Same.
Drink, but different.
And it's funny because we've been drinking a lot of IPAs, and I have been noticing the differences in IPAs, but at the end of the day, they haven't been as different as these two have.
Yeah,
at least for me.
Pretty big contrast. But I enjoy both of them.
Shout out to Scotland. Man.
I'm trying. This is what I'm trying to think of. If I sit down at a bar, which one will I order if I sat down? I'm just trying to
whatever mood you're in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if I was trying to really just chill and sit there by myself and have a drink, maybe sit alone with my thoughts because I'm a mature adult, I would go with the Scotch, I think. If I was out with some friends and we were having a little bit more of a good time and I wanted to sip on something on the rocks, I would go for something like this. But they're both very, very good.
I'm going to be honest, I did not think I was going to enjoy this as much because the last really smoky Scotch I did not enjoy.
Same thing?
But
same.
I feel like my tastes have kind of evolved over the past few years.
Or maybe it's just that much better than the last smoky.
Ardbeg has been doing this since 1815. They've had a long time to perfect this, that's for sure.
I think if the alcohol burn that was in this, I wouldn't like it as much. Because that kind of counters the sweetness, but there's no sweetness in here, really. At least not as much as this.
Yeah, not nearly as much.
So it would be a little bit too much if it was like really burning sensation as well as the smoke.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really enjoy whiskey, man.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm starting to enjoy IPAs, so.
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Not us. All right, so score on this one.
I can't believe that goes down so smooth.
I'm gonna let you guys go first.
God, I want to give them the same score, but I honestly enjoyed the sweetness more off the bourbon.
I'm gonna go 9.1.
Wow, nice.
It's up in front of me. I'll go to 8.8. This one, the smokiness.
So I enjoy drinking this one more than this one, but I've had other scotches from Islay that I've enjoyed more. I've had one other scotch from Islay I've enjoyed more than this, and that was the Lagavulin 16.
But that was also aged 6 more years.
Yeah, it's tough because the aging process isn't always indicative of how good it's going to be, especially person to person.
Did it cost the same?
No, it was $30 more expensive, but that's what the aging process does because you get so much less in a barrel when it ages that long.
But I feel like that would almost make this more impressive. It's able to be so good.
Yeah, that's true. If I do factor in the price point, so I would prefer drinking this one, but I might score it lower than this one. Is what I'm trying to get at because I'm not grading them in a vacuum. At least I can't grade them in a vacuum in my brain. So while I went 9.5 on this one, I think I'm going to go 9.2 on this one.
Okay.
And that is
still very, very good.
Would you say that is the best bourbon you ever had?
Oh, by far the best bourbon.
Ooh.
Wow.
Huge.
We did well.
Close.
Dude, that thing is so sweet that I don't like. That was so good. I almost wanted to score it higher, but like I said, it's not higher.
My mother says it's very good when you add it to vanilla extract.
She's had that?
No, but for cooking purposes. Nice. She doesn't drink.
We need to buy some vanilla ice cream and just pour some of this over the vanilla ice cream.
Does your mom live vicariously through our videos?
She must.
Hello, Mama Zane. If this makes it, I don't know if it will make it.
Yeah, I'm super happy that we got both of these. Very good purchases.
Yeah, this will be another purchase for me for sure because it's really shocking when the first time you taste Ardbeg 10. I'm sure a lot of people on whiskey channels have said this now, but that was shocking. I had no idea it was going to be like that.
Yeah,
it was an experience.
I think I've had bourbons that are still sweet, not as sweet as this though.
Not as smooth either, yeah.
But I've never had anything that tasted like that.
Yeah. That was a first.
Man.
Which usually I score complex things higher, but that was just so good with the sweetness, man. So good.
There's some good scores. Yeah. We did well. All right, so there you have it. 2 10-year aged different whiskeys, one from Scotland, one from New York City. Both get our seal of approval and recommendation.
There's a lot of Scottish people in New York.
I don't know.
Oh, awesome.
Well, speaking of which, happy Passover.
Yes, and Easter.
You can see we're celebrating correctly.
We are. Well, thank you for joining us. If you'd like to see us try anything, whether it's a whiskey or a scotch or even gin, some random alcohol, we will try it. So let us know what you want to see in the next video. And thanks for watching.